This fall, escape to the Smokies for the Bavarian Fall Festival at Anakista. Enjoy Bavarian-style food, live music, fall colors, and a beer tasting pass you'll love. Enjoy good views with great brews. Get your tickets at anakista.com.
All right, thanks for checking in with your evening weather update. Sure hope you had a great Sunday and enjoyed the weekend. It was a nice weekend, and that trend continues thanks to a ridge of high pressure that's going to continue to dominate the weather pattern, and that's going to set up shop all weekend long. I'll explain what that means to the forecast coming up here in just a second. First things first, let's talk about that evening forecast. At the 6 o'clock hour, we're at 74, dropping down into the low 60s by about 10 o'clock here tonight. So a nice little weather pattern on the way. Here's what we're talking about. A coastal low is going to bring us a few clouds as we get into our Monday, but Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to be a thing of the past. High pressure then starts to nudge its way into the area, and that's going to bring us a dry weather pattern through most of the week. But there's another trough being advertised out across the West Coast that will eventually head our way as we get into the latter part of next week, into next weekend, that potentially could bring us some decent amount of rain and maybe bring back a severe weather risk across parts of the Mississippi River Valley. There's that coastal low. So let me show you the evolution of this over the next 24 hours. High pressure builds its way on in. Low moves its way to the north, and that's going to be a little bit of a nor'easter there, bringing in wind and rain across much of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. For us, clear skies, chilly temperatures Monday morning will be in the 40s and 50s. Just nitpicking the forecast for our Monday. Lots of sunshine from sunrise through noon. A few fair weather cumulus clouds developing throughout the afternoon, but we stay rain-free on our Monday. And temperatures are going to be trending a little bit above average. Average high for this time of year is now 74. We're going to be in the mid to upper 70s to pockets of low 80s. Rain chances are lackluster at best all the way through Friday. Here comes that trough, and it may start to dig on into the area and help to elevate some rain chances. Before we get there, though, this big blue bubble of no trouble, I like to call it, high pressure brings us sinking air. When the air is sinking, you can't get rising air, therefore you can't get clouds, you can't get precipitation. So we stay rain-free. That's why I call it the big blue bubble of no trouble. It's going to bring rain-free conditions around much of the region. But as we get into our Saturday and Sunday and Monday, that trough is going to swing on in and start to bring us elevated rain chances. It may not last very long because we're going to be trending average to slightly below average when it comes to precipitation as we get into the next couple of weeks. So here's your 7-day forecast, trending above average all the way through Wednesday. More seasonable weather returns Thursday, Friday. Back to those seasonal, if not slightly above average temperatures Saturday and Sunday. But remember, the Climate Prediction Center is predicting the potential of above average temperatures. All that means is above average. And remember, our average high is 74. Thanks for checking in with your big picture story weather forecast. If you ever just want a quick 1-minute weather forecast because you're on the go, because we're always on the go, check out Witcher's 1 Minute Weather. It's on the East Tennessee Weather app, online at easttnweather.com or YouTube.